Okay? Yeah, I know. Let's see if that's working. Okay? Good evening. Hi. We're ready to start the video. So let me grab a final drink of tea and we'll get started. Hi there. My name is Larry Klein. I'm mayor for the city of Sunnyvale. And so I'm really happy to be here today to talk about two of my favorite stories when I was a kid. So the first one that I'll be reading today is The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. And so for those of you that already know the story, I'm wearing my special socks. Sock 1 and sock 2. So we'll get to that in a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get started. The story is The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. So you can see the house and the two children sitting inside on a rainy, rainy day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two. And I said, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. The boy sitting by the window as it pours outside. Bump! And then something went hump. How that hump made us jump. And so all of a sudden, there's this big noise outside, and Sally and the boy, and of course the little fish, which we'll get to later, are looking around to see what made the big noise. We looked, then we saw him step in on the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the cat in the hat. And he said to us, why do you sit there like that? I know it is wet, and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. So the boy and the girl and the fish sitting by the window, when all of a sudden, the cat in the hat come in. I know some good games we could play, said the cat. I know some new tricks, said the cat in the hat. A lot of good tricks. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out for the day. So Sally and the boy are looking at the cat in the hat. But our fish said, no, no, make the cat go away. Tell the cat in the hat, you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out. So the fish is basically scolding the cat and telling the boy and the girl that the cat shouldn't be there that day. Now, have no fear. Have no fear, said the cat. My tricks are not bad, said the cat in the hat. Why, we can have lots of good fun if you wish, with a game that I call Up, Up with a Fish. Put me down, said the fish. This is no fun at all. Put me down, said the fish. I do not wish to fall. So the Cat in the Hat takes his umbrella and puts the bowl with the fish inside up on top of his umbrella and balances it there. "Have no fear," said the cat. "I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a ball, with a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do," said the cat. So now it's getting more and more scary because the cat's standing on a ball and the cat has a book in one hand, a cup on his hat, and of course the umbrella with the bowl with the fish on top. Look at me now," said the cat, "with a cup and a cake on top of my hat. I can hold up 2 books, I can hold up the fish, and a little toy ship, and some milk on a dish. And look, I can hop up and down on the ball, but that is not all. Oh, no, that is not all." So now it's getting more and more scary as the cat is actually jumping up and down on the ball while he's holding all of these things, including the cake and the ship. Look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold up the books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look, with my tail, I can hold a red fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball. And that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. So it's getting crazier and crazier with the cat, with all the things that he's holding and the red fan and the toy ship. It's getting crazier. That is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head. He came down with a bump from up there on the ball. And Sally and I, we saw all the things fall. So now the Cat in the Hat is fallen, and all the things are going scattering around the house. And Sally and the boy continue to watch, shocked at what just happened. And our fish came down too. He fell into a pot. He said, "Do I like this? Oh no, I do not. This is not a good game," said our fish too as he lit. "No, I do not like it, not one little bit." So luckily the fish, as he came down, landed in a little pot. Of course, the Cat in the Hat is strewn out on the floor, and the rake that the fish was on is flying away. "Now look what you did," said the fish to the cat. "Now look at this house. Look at this. Look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake. You shook up our house, and you bent our new rake. You should not be here when our mother is out. You get out of this house," said the fish in the pot. So the fish is now scolding the cat to leave the house as quickly as possible. "But I like to be here. Oh, I like it a lot," said the Cat in the Hat to the fish in the pot. "I will not go away. I do not wish to go." And so said the Cat in the Hat, so, "I will show you another good game that I know." So the cat doesn't really care what the fishes just said, and is going to show the boy and the girl yet another game. And then he ran out, and then fast as a fox, the Cat in the Hat came back in with a box. A big redwood box. It was shut with a hook. "Now look at this trick," said the cat. "Take a look." So now the cat has brought in this really big red box. And those of you that have read the story before know exactly what's inside. Then he got up on top with the tip of his hat. "I call this game Fun in a Box," said the cat. "In this box are two things I will show to you now. You will like these two things," said the cat with a bow. So the cat is taking a bow on the red box. And the fish and the little boy and little girl are watching and wondering what's inside. "I will pick up the book. You will see something new. Two things, and I call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. These things will not bite you. They want to have fun." Then out of the box came Thing 2 and Thing 1. And they ran up to us fast. They said, "How do you do? Would you like to shake hands with Thing 1 and Thing 2? So there is Thing 1 and there is Thing 2 rushing out of the box to shake hands with the little boy and the little girl. And Sally and I did not know what to do. So we had to shake hands with Thing 1 and Thing 2. We shook their two hands, but our fish said, "No, no, these things should not be in the house. Make them go. They should not be here when your mother is not. Put them out, said the fish in the pot." So Thing 1 and Thing 2 are shaking hands with the little boy and Sally, while the fish scolds them and says that the Thing 1 and Thing 2 need to leave because mother is not at home. "Have no fear, little fish," said the Cat in the Hat. "These things are good things," and he gave them a pat. "They are tame, oh so tame. They have come here to play. They will give you some fun on this wet, wet, wet day." So the Cat in the Hat picks up the pot with the fish and basically says, "There's no problems. Thing 1 and Thing 2 are here for fun." But Sally and the boy aren't sure. "Now here's a game that they like," said the cat. "They like to fly kites," said the Cat in the Hat. "No, not in the house," said the fish in the pot. "They should not fly kites in the house. They should not. Oh, the things they will bump. Oh, the things they will hit. Oh, I do not like it. Not one little bit." So now Thing 1 and Thing 2 are flying kites in a house. So they're running up and down and pulling the kites behind them. And the little boy and the little girl are standing there amazed. Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those two things bump their kites on the wall. Bump, thump, thump, bump, down the wall in the hall. So Thing 1 and Thing 2 are now rushing down the hall with the kites behind them, and the kites are hitting things as they go down the hall. Thing 2 and Thing 1, they ran up, they ran down. On the string of one kite, we saw Mother's new gown, her gown with the dots that are pink, white, and red. Then we saw one kite bump on the head of her bed. So on one kite you see a the red polka dots on the gown, and the other kite is running into the head of the bed of Mom. Then these things ran about with big bumps, jumps, and kicks, and with hops and big thumps, and all kinds of bad tricks. And I said, I do not like the way that they play. If Mother could see this, oh, what would she say? So they're going all over the house, and the boy and the little girl are watching and don't know what to do. Then our fish said, look, look! And our fish shook with fear. Your mother is on her way home. Do you hear? Oh, what will she do to us? What will she say? Oh, she will not like it to find us this way. So the fish is looking out the window, and he sees Mom coming in the distance. And so the boy and the girl are trying to figure out what to do next. So do something fast, said the fish. Do you hear? I saw her, your mother. Your mother is near. So as fast as you can, think of something to do. You will have to get rid of thing 1 and thing 2. So now the fish is outside of the pot because his pot has been caught on top of the kite, and he's pleading with the boy and girl to do something. So as fast as I could, I went after my net, and I said, with my net, I can get them, I bet. I bet with my net, I can get those things yet. So the little boy grabs his net and rushes after thing 1 and thing 2 that are coming towards him. Then I let down my net. It came down with a plop. And I had them at last. The 2 things had to stop. Then I said to the cat, now you do as I say. You pack up these things and you take them away. Oh dear, said the cat, you did not like our game. Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. So the boy caught thing 1 and thing 2 in his net. And the Cat in the Hat is now listening to the boy finally that he needs to take away thing 1 and thing 2. Then he shut up the things in the box with the hook, and the cat went away with a sad kind of look. That is good, said the fish. He has gone away, yes, but your mother will come. She will find this big mess. And this mess is so big and so deep and so tall, and we cannot pick it up. There is no way at all. So the cat leaves with the red box with thing 1 and thing 2 inside. And Sally and the boy are left with the fish in the big mess that the cat and thing 1 and thing 2 have left behind. And then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. Have no fear of this mess, said the Cat in the Hat. I always pick up my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. So the cat comes on his special machine with arms and legs reaching out in the house and picking up the flowers and the frame and the book, while Sally and the boy and the fish look on. Then we saw him pick up all the things that were down. He picked up the cake and the rake and the gown and the milk and the strings and the books and the dish and the fan and the cup and the ship and the fish. And he put them away. Then he said, "That is that." And then he was gone with the tip of the hat. So the Cat in the Hat leaves on his special machine after he's cleaned up the house, and the fish is back in his bowl, and Sally and the boy are watching. Then our mother came in, and she said to us two, "Did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do?" And Sally and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on there that day? Should we tell her about it? Now, what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? So Sally and the boy are now sitting by the window as their mom comes in. The end. So this was one of my favorites. That's one of the reasons why I'm wearing the top hat today. The Cat in the Hat was, first one of my favorite books. And then there was also an animation, so a cartoon with the Cat in the Hat and singing. So, definitely those songs when I was a kid were some of my favorite. The Cat in the Hat, in Spanish, El Gato en el Sombrero. So it was always a lot of fun. But there's a moral to the story also. There's several morals. One, especially when you're home alone, you definitely need to be careful on who you're letting into your house. So here, the cat ended up creating a horrible mess and cleaning up after himself, but the kids were home alone and really shouldn't have allowed anyone in the house. So from that standpoint, that they lucked out. It ended up okay. However, there was the danger of having a stranger in the house that should never have been there. The other kind of portion of the story is, being truthful to your parents. So at the end, the big question is, should they tell their mother? Should they tell their mother what went on that day? And the answer is yes. It's like, for good or for bad, it's always best to be honest with your parents. So should we tell her about it? Now, what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? So you should always be honest with your parents. You should tell them the truth, and not telling them what happened is the same thing as a lie. So it's important to be honest and, forthright with your parents. For me, this was one of my favorite books, one of my favorite cartoons growing up. Definitely, you don't want to hear me sing, but those songs that were in the animation really were memorable, and especially not just the story, and the story is fantastic, but the images of the cat and the fish and singing, thing one and thing two, all those sorts of things, what really made a lot of fun. And that's one of the reasons why I'm wearing my sock 1 and sock 2 today, mainly because, the Cat in the Hat was such a great story. And the hat, for those of you that saw my hat, so I'm wearing the hat for Cat in the Hat today. That being said, I bought this years ago for another story called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So from the movie and also the book, which I enjoyed as a kid, a little dark. But when Gene Wilder passed away a few years ago, I ended up buying this hat and creating a costume to be Willy Wonka. And for me, it's like this is part of childhood. It's the whimsical nature of being a kid and, having a wonderful world in front of you and being amazed by everything around you. So hats off to Willy Wonka as well as the Cat in the Hat. And I have a second book today. The second book is called Green Eggs and Ham. It's also by Dr. Seuss, so I have a lot of Dr. Seuss books when I was a kid, and conceivably I might borrow a few more and read other stories in the future, but definitely these two were two of my favorites, and I think they're common favorites for a lot of kids. Green Eggs and Ham has its own type of moral behind it, but the Cat in the Hat and the images were always very amazing. So, next book. Our next book is called Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. And it starts off with a picture of green eggs and ham, and we'll soon find out who's here at the bottom. Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. I am Sam. So yet again, a top hat, this time a red top hat on top of Sam. And then we have another character, also wearing a top hat, sitting there watching Sam go by. Sam I am. And so Sam is now coming back. And the character reading the paper is watching Sam. That Sam I am, that Sam I am, I do not like that Sam I am. So the character sitting in the chair just doesn't like Sam I am, who's going around the house with his sign of who he is. Do you like green eggs and ham? So Sam is now offering up the green eggs and ham to the other character. I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. So he basically holds up his hand and says, I don't want the green eggs and ham that Sam is offering. Green eggs, ham. Usually green isn't a good color for food, depending on what you're eating. If it's vegetables, it's good. Eggs, ham, not usually good, but who knows? And then Sam asks, would you like them here or there? Would you like them here or would you like them there? And he still continues to offer up the green eggs and ham. I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. So he's walking away, trying to leave Sam with the green eggs and ham behind. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? So Sam is now inside of a house, and he also has a mouse with him, ready to share the green eggs and ham. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. So the man walks away, trying to leave Sam behind with the green eggs and ham. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? So as opposed to a house and a mouse, now it's a red box and a fox. not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. So now he's leaving the red box and the fox inside and stomping off and shaking his fist, saying he doesn't want to try the green eggs and ham. Would you? Could you? In a car? Eat them. Eat them. Here they are. I would not, could not, in a car. So now Sam has the green eggs and ham and the fox and the mouse in a car, offering them up to the man. You may like them, you will see, you may like them in a tree. So now he's driving up a tree in the car with the fox and the mouse and the green eggs and ham. I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. So he's now raising his fist yet again, saying, I don't want them, to Sam and the fox and the mouse and the green eggs and ham all in the car on top of a tree. A train, a train, a train, a train. Could you, would you, on a train? So now they're falling out of the tree and going onto a train inside the car. Not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, let me be. I would not, could not, in a box. I could not, would not, with a fox. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. And so he's still protesting as Sam keeps offering the green eggs and ham. But now they're on top of a train going into a tunnel. Say, in the dark? Here in the dark? Would you, could you, in the dark? I would not, could not, in the dark. So I don't know if you can see this one, but now it's dark because they're all in the tunnel on top of the train, in the car. And Sam continues to offer up the green eggs and ham, and the man doesn't want them. Would you, could you, in the rain? I would not, could not, in the rain. Not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. So he continues to protest. They've now exited the tunnel. The train has exited the tunnel. And the car and the fox and the mouse and Sam still offering up the green eggs and ham. You do not like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. So Sam finally really asks what the question is. Do you like green eggs and ham? And the man says, no, I don't. Could you, would you, with a goat? I would not, could not, with a goat. So Sam tries again, this time with a goat. as well as the fox and the mouse, offers up the green eggs and ham. Would you? Could you? On a boat? So now the train has come down the track and is flying through the air, ready to land on top of a boat with the car and the fox and the mouse and a goat. Could not, would not on a boat. I will not, with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. So now they're all flying down as the train goes into the boat and the car is flying, and Sam and the man is in the green eggs, as well as, of course, the goat and the fox and the mouse, all flying down onto the boat. I do not like green eggs and ham. So now the boat is crashed, the boat is sunk, and the man and Sam, and of course the green eggs and ham, are still there, and Sam continues to offer them up to the man. I do not like them, Sam, I am. And now they're both underwater. And the man says, I still don't like them, although Sam still offers them up. You do not like them, so you say? Try them, and you may. Try them, and you may, I say. So this time, Sam again asks the man to try them with the mouse and the fox and the goat and all the onlookers, from the engineer in the train to the captain on the boat, all of them watching while they're in the water. Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them. You will see. So finally the man agrees that he'll at least try them, and Sam continues to offer up the green eggs and ham. And so with the goat and the fox and the mouse and the engineer and the captain and Sam, of course, all onlooking, the man takes his fork and stabs it into the ham and the eggs, the green eggs and ham, to try them. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do, I like them, Sam, I am. And I would eat them in a boat. And I would eat them with a goat. So now, before the man had a doubting face, he's all happy now that he's tried the actual green eggs and ham. And Sam is actually happy too. I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and in a tree. They are so good, you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse, and I will eat them here and there. Say, I will eat them anywhere. So the man is walking off with the green eggs and ham and happily eating while Sam follows, and all the other creatures, the fox and the goat and the mouse and the engineer and the boat captain, all are finally exiting the water also. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am. And so the man has his arm around Sam, and more importantly, an empty plate, that he's actually enjoyed all the green eggs and ham. And one last picture of Sam holding the green eggs and ham. So, this was another book that I enjoyed at a very young age. For me, green eggs and ham is also as important in that it teaches you that you should at least try, all kinds of foods. To say no before you've actually tried them isn't really good for you or for the person offering them to you. It's taken somebody effort to buy or cook some sort of food that you may not have tried before, or they may have tried it, they may have cooked it in a different way that you don't know about. So you might not have liked it one way, but you might like it another way completely. And unless you try it, unless you take a taste, you can't just say no to everything. And that's an important thing. It's like, for one thing, don't waste food, but be open to new things. Definitely when somebody offers you a type of food that you haven't had before, try it. It's like I've traveled all over the world and I've had all kinds of weird food, from barnacles in Portugal to a pig's ear in Spain. I've had, all kinds of we had wheat lacoche, which is basically fungus that grows on top of ears of corn in Mexico. I've had, tons of different types of food, and I haven't liked them all, but definitely being open to try them is really important. It's like you find out that you get exposed to things. Right now I'm going to different restaurants within the city and trying all new food that I've never tried before, and that's really important because there's so many different cultures and backgrounds, and every culture has a different type of food or the same type of food but cooked in a different way. And so being open to those things is really important as you're going through life. And that's one of the things that I really learned from green eggs and ham, that you shouldn't just basically put your foot down and say I don't want something when you haven't figured out what it really is. So I hope you enjoyed my two favorite Dr. Seuss books. These are new ones that someone local with here in Sunnyvale actually lent me. I was really happy to get them. I've lost my copies along the way, given them away, or put them in our little free library. So I don't really have many kids' books anymore. But I really appreciate sharing these with you. I think that it's a lot of fun to hear other people read stories, as well as hear why those stories are important to them. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that, it's like if you like the Dr. Seuss and the rhyme and the whimsical, art that Dr. Seuss was known for, you can pick up other ones of his books and take a look. So with that, I'll call it an evening. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I look forward to reading for you in the future. Take care. Thanks, Sunnyvale, and have a good evening. Good night.